Hi there, this is Mr. Evans. This video looks at product development as one of Ansoff's strategies for growth, and it's this strategy here in his matrix where we are developing new products, but we're trying to sell those new products to our existing customers. So these are customers that we already know, that we have a relationship with, and we're trying to sell them more product after we've dealt with them in the past, basically. The key thing to remember about all of these strategies in Ansoff's matrix is all about risk, okay? What are the riskiest strategies for growth? Of course, the least risky strategy is market penetration, selling existing products to existing customers. Entering a new market with your existing products is risky because you might not necessarily know the customers in that market, although you know your product. Equally, with new product development, new products are very expensive to develop, and there's no guarantee that it will work, even though you already have an existing relationship with these customers. So it's all about risk in Ansoff's matrix. So we could define product development as the strategy of achieving growth through targeting existing customers with new products. Well, how might we use our marketing mix to achieve that? Well, we could simply update our existing product range. Apple are absolute masters at this. As a Samsung, they're always updating their phones and laptops, etc. It can be as simple as changing the colour of the model, okay, bringing out new colours. Or it could be an entirely new product that we're selling, which is going to require extensive investment into research and development and innovation. So we can change our product. We could also change our price in order to do some product development. We could release a cheaper, more basic version of our normal product, okay, which would be an example of product development. We're taking our product, we're changing it, and we're altering the selling price, and we've got a new product in our portfolio. In terms of promotion, what are we going to have to do in terms of product development? Well, this is a new product. Our customers might not be aware of its benefits, in which case we're going to be wanting to do plenty of informative advertising to highlight the benefits of the product. Maybe we have a list of emails of customers who have bought our previous product. We could email them and highlight the benefits that they'll get from consuming this new product of ours. In terms of the place, how we get the product to the customer, we'll probably use our existing distribution channels. Remember, these are customers that we've already dealt with in the past. We've sold them things in the past, so we know how to get to them, how to target them, and we'll likely use those existing distribution channels. In terms of the why, well, we perhaps need to replace products at the end of their life cycle. All businesses have products in a life cycle. A business that is heavily weighted with its product portfolio in the maturity or decline phase, that could be worrying for the long-term health of the business. We're going to need to develop new products and get new products coming through to ensure that we've got revenues coming through in the future. We need to maintain demand and customer loyalty, particularly in competitive markets. Thinking about the mobile phone market, the technology is moving extremely quickly, and in order to keep up, we need to keep innovating, bringing out new products, or else our existing customers will end up going to the competitors. And that's related to this point here. We may engage in a strategy of product development in order to make advances on our competitors, or simply just to keep up. They're moving really quickly, and we need to move quickly as well if we're going to defend our market share, keep our customers. We may have consumer demand for a complementary product, so we need to develop new products to meet that need. So, for example, maybe we're operating a gym or a chain of gyms. We may bring out a clothing range, for example, of sportswear, so that people can wear our clothing while they're using our gym, because consumers have suggested that would be something that they would value. Finally, new product development can be a source of developing competitive advantage through the process of patenting and intellectual property. Basically, a patent is a legal protection over a business idea that prevents people from copying your idea. And this can help to ensure that your company can earn profits through its product development, as no one else can copy your ideas. So, what's the value of doing product development? Well, it should help to maintain customer loyalty. Particularly in fast-moving markets, create new revenue streams. We're going to want to replace our old products, make sure that we've got the long-term business of the long-term future of the business secure, and it creates patenting and valuable IP, which will help to boost market capitalization, could boost your share price. The drawbacks of product development, well, it can be very expensive and is likely to require extensive investment in research and development. It can be a hugely expensive project to develop new products. I mean, just imagine how much money Apple and Samsung and all of those companies in the mobile phone industry put into developing those products. It's a huge expense for companies. Firms in the pharmaceutical industry, massively expensive to come up with new drugs and get them all tested and make sure that they're safe for consumption, etc. So before they come out on the market, there's a huge and expensive research and development program, and there's no guarantee, of course, that product development will work, and that links to this idea of risk that Ansoff was talking about. There's the risk of failure, which I've mentioned, and of course there's the risk of copycat items. Even if we're patenting our ideas, well, it's very difficult to prove that somebody else actually has copied your idea. If it's a similar idea that's related in the industry, I mean, how are you going to prove that that actually was your idea? It can be very difficult to do, and if you have a look, just Google patenting wars in the mobile phone industry, and you'll see that they're all suing each other, and it's not really clear who's coming up with these ideas in the first place. So that's Ansoff's matrix product development.